just this thing like people just want to look at a piece of paper and just educate, learn this piece of information and then apply it. It's more than that sometimes. I suppose when sometimes you want to buy a development or buy a house, sometimes it comes with your gut feeling.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
man.
and that's something a book can't teach you. A book can't say, how are you feeling about this? Because when you put all of this information in your brain, I know you're here, I know my camera's over there, I know the room's over there. My senses will see something move before my brain can even actually physically say it and say something's wrong here. Do you know what I mean? And I think people are losing that little touch. You actually took me back in my memories a little bit when you were just talking there about, I think, building rapport. It's such a great thing because a lot of people just want to sell as fast as possible because all they're looking at the end of the month is how much money am I making, and they don't care whoever's tree they're pulling down, or you know, mind my language, like fucking over along the way. As long as they're getting paid, as long as they've got the money in their pocket, they don't care. But something that matters for longevity is relationship, and we have to think about tomorrow. We have to think, where's my business coming from tomorrow? Because bad news sells very, very fast. It spreads like wildfire. And when I was working in Barclays, I'd always have this little dip when I've started a new role because I wasn't there jumping in to quickly sell. I'd have a portfolio of 200 clients and I'd be like, hi, Mr. Jones, my name is Seanland. I'm here to work for you. I know you're very busy in your job. This is why you have a premier manager. But I know that it's my duty to look out for the best interest in you. Straight away, I can see a few things that I can tidy up on your account. And I would just do the servicing sort of side that he goes, no one's ever cleaned that up for me. Now I'm on online banking, rather than seeing all these little pots, I see my main account, my most recent savings account with the best interest bearing account, and it's there. And I guarantee you, second time they're coming in, it's like, how's Jane doing? Because we already spoke about her. How are the kids? But along that journey, there's a very soft sales approach that you can also do. And you're like, so I know you're working here and you earn X amount. So some clients would say, I'm earning £6,000 a month. And it's like, oh, great. And you find that they don't have any protection. Then, you know, later on you can say, well, if you had a machine at home that prints out £6,000 every single month, would you insure that thing? And they'll be like,
nice.
Well, yeah, of course I would. I said, so well, why don't you have insurance? Because Jane don't work and the kids are relying on you. You know, it's not stuff that we like thinking about. Then we look at like, where are you living? What's the house value? And how much is outstanding the mortgage? When do you want to get that paid off for? Oh, when was the last time you had that reviewed? There you go. There's my mortgage lead, because I'm trying to help you get the best rate on your mortgage.
Absolutely.
Then at the same time is, how hard is it? What's your plans for this big pot of money that we've spoke about? First of all, do you need instant access? Was it instant savings account? You don't have any plans for it? Let's put it in a bond. If it was something long term, go and speak to Steve Dunn. He does all the financial investments, and we've got risk tiers. So it's not everything just skin the cat. And when you do that over 200 clients and you take your time, within 6 months I was number one in West End. And it's just about building relationships, building rapport, knowing your customer, knowing their name, doing a CDD, which is a customer discussion document, and logging everything. So the next time you speak to him, while you're going, hi, Mr. Jones, you bring it up and goes, oh yeah, that's a little bit about him because I've got 200 clients. You can't remember everything. What are you doing to keep your diary and keep mental notes? So very, very valid point what you just said there, and I can relate so much to you, man.
Dude, something you just said there, I think why you did so well there, you're providing a service, you're addressing their pain points, and people don't address people's pain points anymore. And another thing you said there, you'd have notes. When I had the print company, I remember doing this on every client. If he said to me, oh yeah, sorry man, I've been busy, I was taking my son to rugby, that's going straight in my notes. Or we've just come back from a holiday, because the next time I ring him, I say, how was Johnny's rugby tournament and how was your holiday? He's going to say, Jesus, man, James fucking loves me, man. He remembers me. But no, I'm sorry, I have notes on you. I'm here to provide you the best service, but it's got to be one-to-one. You can't be generic. Now, look, where I am in Dubai now, very salesy role. They expect you to make certain 100 number of calls. Like yourself, I can be given a list, and there's probably a lot of money in that list. But for me, when I message someone, so in Dubai, people know when a real estate agent's calling. For some reason, they sense it. So they never pick up the phone. Next best thing is a lot of business is done on WhatsApp. People will send a WhatsApp message. I don't do that nonsense. I grab the video straight, and I'm sending these guys a personal video. Hey, it's James here. You may not know me, but I want to get to know you. This is what I do. look, your inquiry came in. It inquired about this, this, and this. I'm not here to sell you anything. Give me 5 minutes of your time. Let's just have a chat. How I can help you. You don't have to do anything with me. And the amount of times I've seen a double blue tick on a video, then a written message or an audio message has been phenomenal. And they actually use that as an example in the training. They said, oh, look, Uncle James over there, the old boy, sends out personal videos. And then obviously other people have started to do that now. But I think like what you said there, you have to think outside the box, 100. Man. Sales is the number one skill someone can have in this world. And I strongly believe it, man. If you're a good salesperson, your whole life is a salesman. You're selling yourself. You're selling a service. When you met your wife, when she was your girlfriend, you had to sell yourself, didn't you? She didn't just say, oh, you know what, I like that, Sean. No, bro, you were there saying, let me take you here, let me do this. She's seeing a certain side to you. You're showing her how great you are because you want that thing, right? So your whole life is a sales. And I think you need to mix it up. You can't just if you do the same shit, you're getting the same results. And I've heard, there's that quote all the time. And it's so, so true. So it's nice to know that even when you were doing that, man, you got to really take your time, man. Understand the person. I knew I had to get into real estate. So I remember buying that first house and then just waiting a little bit of time before it had equity in it, releasing the equity, going again, buying something else, buying something else. And then I became a little bit smart. I started adding value to property. But that's really where it started, man, from knowing my worth while I was getting that job, knowing that I needed to put that money to work. So my wages wasn't as much as I wanted to spend it. I remember paying my first mortgage off, all my bills off. I was left with £60 a month. £60 a month, man. And we used to use that to go out with. You want to go out with your mates. That's all I had. But those are the days you look back at and you think, yeah, they taught me some lessons. But, go back from there as well. When I was 9, 10, I had a paper round because I wanted to earn my own money. The local fruit and veg shop, you probably know it, on Church Road, there used to be a little newsagents on the corner opposite Little Ilford Lane. And they used to do newspapers.
Oh, yes.
It's a big Londis now.
Yes.
Those brothers, I used to work for them, man, like £2 an hour. And then I used to put the veg out in the morning before school, then get to school. And then in the evenings, another local shop. You go in, fill up his drinks and everything. He give you a couple of quid an hour. So the work ethic was always there, man, from very early on. And that came from my mum. And I think that's why we had such a powerful relationship.
Would you say to somebody who's quite young right now, because everybody wants to go, yeah, I've got a student loan right now, I'm at uni, my parents are helping me out a little bit, and they're not motivated to work. What are the benefits of working when you're young?
Look, I think number one, the biggest benefit is you have your own money, and that's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling that you've physically gone out and you've done something and you've earned your own money. My oldest son, I got him a job in my friend's off license when he was 8, 9. He's carrying cases of beer. Okay, he shouldn't be in an off license doing that, but it's my friends. He's filling up beer cans. He learned how to run the till. He learned how to speak to customers. It got to a point when he was 12, on a Friday night, he'd be in the shop with us. Because, any Indian who owns an off license, it always becomes a bit of a social.
Yeah.
One time in a week, you might go there, have a drink with a friend. It becomes a social hub for the guys to get together. And I remember one point, my son's there running the whole till, and we're sitting in the back watching TV. He's there, uncle, how much is this? And talking to the customers, interacting with the customers. But that soon stopped when one of the mums came in who go to his school. She said, you're old enough to do that. So we had to kind of nip that in the bud. But I think anybody who's out there thinking, should I get a job? 100%, man. Like you said, Sean, it teaches you skills, Little Mary, the old lady, comes in. Hello, Mary, I got your newspaper, I got your pint of milk. These are all skills you're going to need later on in life. You might not think it at the time, but proper skills you learn, man. And it shows you work ethics. And also, it lets you be with people that are running businesses and you can pick their brains. I think you pick up some real life skills. But I think it's got to the point now, because we're in second, third, fourth generations of Indians in this country, they're like, no, my son can't work in a shop. My son can't do this.
I think
Fuck
that's a wrong mentality.
Yeah, don't put your son on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Get him out there. Get him work. Get him earning his keep.
Go on, son.
Get out there.
You got out with a mortgage now.
Contribute to the pot.
Love it.
It's difficult for us to do that, but I think because where we came from and we've done similar things, it wouldn't be so bad for us if we put our kid in a job and say, because you know what the motivating factor behind it is, not because you want his money, it's for him to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. No, well, I do need a little bit of help with the electric bill, but you know.
Yeah.
Go on, son.
Get on your bike and deliver
Go
papers.
on, do it. So, James, you're in this teaching job now. You've bought a few properties. Then what happens?
I just carry on going. Literally, man. I just carry on going. So, actually, no. I've missed a big part out. So, when I bought my first property, at the same time, I started a print company.
Okay.
Now, the print company was... a friend of mine was around one evening having a few beers, and he goes to me, he goes, that printer that you got over there, you had that at university? I went, yeah, we used to print off our A3 draft drawings and all of that. He goes, is it photo quality? I went, yeah, it's photo quality. He goes, have you ever thought about selling some pictures online? I go, what do you mean? He goes, you know, there's this new platform called eBay. And these guys made, at that time, eBay in 2000 and I think 4, 5, 6, made a lot of people millionaires overnight with, you know, they could get out to their customer base. And he said, yeah, just sell some pictures. I go, what? He goes, well, I'll find some cars, innit? So I went on Google, advanced search, high-res images of Ferrari Dino cars. So found these beautiful images. I still remember, shiny red car on a black background. Took the picture off. I was always very good at Photoshop. Got a wall, superimposed it on the wall, put some shadow around it, made it look like a photo on the wall. A3, $9.99, $1.99 or $2.99 packaging. Put it on there, put a few variations on there, not thinking anything of it. Following morning I wake up, I sold like 5 pictures, man. I'm thinking, damn, man, that's 50 quid, let's go. And I've still got my teaching job at this time. Then you can imagine the following few weeks, a whole collection of cars went up, footballers went up, stars went up, everything you can imagine went up there in categories, all organised. Well, I opened up an eBay shop as well. And then I just realised, hold on a second, we're going £100, £200, £500, £1,000, £2,000, £3,000, £4,000. I'm thinking...
In what space of time?
I'd say 6 months. 6 months, 7 months, something like that.
How do I build relationship with somebody, know what I'm buying, where it's located, how I'm not going to be hit with charges that might not even be there?
Sure. Okay, so look, number one, him saying to you only got a couple of hours to make a decision, it could be 2 things. One, he's obviously trying to get the sale out, you quickly put a sense of urgency in it. But number 2, Dubai moves very, very quick. You could view something in the morning, at 9 o'clock, by 10:30 somebody else has bought it. So if somebody's bringing you a good deal, he's not bullshitting that. They do move very, very quickly. Now, as I was saying earlier, if somebody is looking to buy something, number one, you really do need to come to Dubai to have a look. Now look, if you trust the person, then necessarily no, you don't. If you think, yes, this guy's got my best interest at heart, he is lining me up with the right product, he's done everything above and beyond, then yeah, you can commit. You can put your holding deposit down and then you could fly out and have a look. Now, don't be fazed by somebody saying to you it's got a Burj Al Arab view or it's got a Burj Khalifa view. Dude, I live 13 minutes away from downtown. I've got a Burj Khalifa view. Granted, it's that big, but I can see the whole skyline from where I live. I can see everything from Business Bay all the way like that, nicely, but it's in the distance. So don't let that faze you, man. Sorry, don't let that be the deciding factor. So number one, you need to speak to the broker. The broker needs to be able to give you information on what areas you should be investing in. Because look, at the end of the day, it's about location. It's the same thing here in the UK. You can't buy something out in the sticks because you're going to struggle to rent it. If your strategy is Airbnb or short-term lets, it's going to be in one of the 5 big areas.
Which are?
So you've got Business Bay, you've got the Marina, you've got downtown, you've got most recently now you've got Dubai Creek Harbour, and then you've got which one have I missed? Downtown, the Palm. All of these areas are expensive. They're not cheap. So then what I would advise my clients is, if they're saying I want something short term, I'm going to say, look, we go to Dubai Creek Harbour because it's a new one, or we go to Shoba, which is Shoba Realty, which is just near the Russell Core Sanctuary, which is an area which is listed. You can't build in front of it. So if you buy something in Shoba Realty, you are going to get Burj Khalifa views. You are going to get the new Dubai Creek Harbour views, and it's never going to be blocked. Do you know why? Because you've got a wildlife sanctuary in front, which is the only natural wetland area in Dubai. So they need to protect it. They can't take it up. They can't build there. They got like 2,000 flamingos there. In the middle of Dubai, it's really odd. You just see these pink flamingos because it's natural wetland, only natural wetland. So I say to my clients, okay, Airbnb, something close to town, short-term let, you want something from a reputable developer, something that's not going to fall down, let's go with this. Why? Because of this, nothing can be built here. You got 8 minutes into downtown. You're this far from the marina. You're located on roadside. It has a golf course. It has a lagoon. It has a private beach. It's like a resort. All of these things, I'm doing the work for you. I'm telling you what this has got because I don't want my client buying something and being stuck. Whereas a lot of people will. They don't care. Once the paper's signed, commission's done, here you go, Sean, you fucking deal with it. Not my problem.